After running the math today, a $50 ticket didn't perform as well as you might expect. Welcome to today's Lotto lecture. Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at 25 million gold rush multiplier. Picture to the left, you can see what the ticket looks like. Here's some quick things we should know. The top prize is going to be worth 15.9 million, or $1 million for a year for the next 25 years. There's additionally several $1 million prizes that are going to be worth 638,000 or 40,000 every year for the next 25 years. The ticket price is $50. The overall odds are going to be 1 in 4.09, and it was launched on February 24th, 2025. Is this ticket performing better or worse than it was at launch? Well, right now this ticket is performing about 7% better today than it was at launch. There's several reasons for that. Let's take a look at it. First, let's take a look at the odds of each prize at launch. Picture to the left, you can see the prize amount, the odds at launch, and the prize amount at launch. What we're most concerned with today is the 25 million prize, the 1 million prize, and then everything you can expect to find in a book, such as the $100 prize. One of the best things we can look at to take a look and see how good a ticket is right now is we can look at the most recent top prizes. Well, for one, it is yet to have a 25 million top claim. Both are still in the game. But there has been 22 1 million claims. But as it is with a lot of these tickets that have a huge amount of $1 million prizes, they tend to be less dramatic with how better or worse the ticket is, simply because it's more likely that it's going to be more stable versus the ticket with maybe 4 top prizes and one could be won several months after the ticket is launched versus there's a general flux of 1 million tickets being bought every month or so. But now we can validate it with math. So let's take a look at the adjusted top prize odds for November 19th, 2025. Picture to the right, you can see what prizes are currently left in the game. And the formula we're going to be using is the number of top prizes remaining over the number of winning tickets left times the overall odds. For this ticket, that's going to be 40 over all these numbers you see pictured here to the right times 4.09, which simplifies to this, and then further, and we get 1 in 500,000. And since the original odds were about 1 in 536,000, that means it's about 7% more likely to win a top prize than it was at launch. But how does this stack up versus our other tickets? Well, it's important to calculate the chances per dollar, since not every ticket costs the same. $300 is divisible by all ticket prices, so we're going to assume this will be our budget. We'll compare this with our current top chance ticket. The formula we're going to be using is 1 top prize times our $300 budget divided by the cost of the ticket over every X tickets. For 1,000 a week for life, our current top chance ticket, that is going to be 150 over 3.6 million, which is going to give us 1 in 24,000 for every $300 we spend. For 25 million gold rush multiplier, that's going to be 6 over 500,000. And that's going to give us 1 in 83,000 for every $300 we spend. And that makes this ticket about 3 times worse for hitting it big compared to our top chance ticket. But the top prize isn't everything. So let's take a look at the expected value per book. Picture to the right, you can expect the only prize that we will guaranteed see in a book. And the formula we're going to be using is the prize amount times the number of prizes in the book for each prize bracket over the book cost. For this ticket, that is going to be 600 over 1,500, and that's going to give us 0.4 or 40% return. Books of $50 tickets contain 30 tickets. 40% return represents how much money we'd expect to win back on the average book. This return rate is bad, but I would like to point out that this is the $50 ticket with the highest chance at $500 at 1 in 43, which isn't exactly 1 per book, which is the purpose of this calculation here. But if one is in your book, which will be about 50% of the time, it will be 1,100 over 1,500, which is far better return than the average ticket. But of course, we can't guarantee there'll be a 500 in the book, so I'm choosing to leave it at 40%. And then the odds of a top prize being in any book right now are going to be 1 in 16,000. So to summarize, for November 19th, 2025, the odds to win a top prize in any one ticket are going to be 1 in 500,000. The adjusted odds for a $300 budget are going to be 1 in 83,000. Your expected return when buying a book is going to be about 40%. And the odds are okay, but its return is just overall pretty bad. I decided to place 25 million gold rush multiplier, number 5 on our list. Its book return is bad, but it's not the worst we've seen. The overall odds is 4.09, which I wish $50 tickets had better overall odds than this, but it is what it is, I guess. And then its odds are alright. 1 in 83,000 is not terrible. The number of top prizes left is 40, which is pretty attractive. Some people like the 50 specifically just because of that, since the odds are that there'll be 1 million ticket somewhere in your city, because there's just so many of them. And then obviously the top prize is huge. It's the biggest of any ticket out there. And then it's about 7% better than launch, which is to be expected when you have so many top prizes left. It's hard for it to be as dramatic as something like Scorching Hot 7s with 188% boost. Ooh, today's a big one. Losing on this one's always feel bad, so let's hope we see something nice. Nothing too special, just if you see a gold bar, you win $500 instantly, and then for every prize, there's also an attached multiplier. Let's go. Alright, let's see some numbers. When I first started playing, I used to basically only play the 50s. I liked them, but oof. The feels bad on losing them hurts too much to make it common. It's just a little too much. So it made it hard to justify to continue buying these ones. Don't believe we have anything yet. About halfway through the ticket. Come on. Let's see it. Ooh, nothing yet. Ooh, all right, let's see if we have a 500 bonus. No. No. Tragedy struck. Well, how was my return since starting this channel? Well, every time I've covered a ticket, I've bought one, and I've tallied all the results here. Tragedy struck today, and we did not win the 50, so we're down to $75 profit remaining. But we've been pretty good everywhere else, so I can't be too mad. Thank you for watching today's Lotto lecture. If you liked it, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss tomorrow's lecture on 5 times Lucky. And be sure to comment down below which ticket you want me to cover next. Remember, know the odds, play responsibly, play smarter, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5:45 p.m. EST. Maybe. Schedule's been spotty lately.